Shelters are still open on Maui for people who have evacuated, but more help is needed. For an update, we want to bring in Matt Wells with American Red Cross. Matt, good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Can you give us an update as to how many people, how many evacuees stayed in the shelters, not just on Maui, but also at the convention center last night?
Certainly. Over on Maui, our largest population was over at the Maui War Memorial Complex. That had over 800 people staying there, 827. In Upcountry at Hannibal Tavares Community Center, we had 55 residents, and at Maui High School, 239. So as you can see, this is a long-term project, still plenty of people needing somewhere safe to be. So we're making sure that we provide that. That is our primary focus at the Red Cross. Right now, we want to make sure that everyone is safe and has a safe place to be. Over here on Honolulu, for those who have come over that were displaced, we had a population last night of 24 people. So we are still working. We still have room for people, and no one is being turned away.
Now, Matt, there's been a big show of aloha. A lot of people want to donate. They're contributing. Can you remind people what you're looking for, what they can contribute, just in case there are people who are showing up with things that are being turned away?
It is absolutely incredible to see the level of unity and everyone stepping forward to help their neighbors. And everyone's going to have their specific ways that they can help and the ways that they can best serve. And for the Red Cross, what we focus are two primary gifts: money and time. Money is going to be the fastest way to help people. It's going to help get us give us resources to hand people directly, and then of course to help local businesses as well. And then of course time. That is signing up as a volunteer, having people that are willing to show up, boots on the ground, or even virtually. That speaks volumes to have your neighbors stand up and keep the community strong. So those are the two things we're focusing on: money and time. Now, we've had plenty of people show up at the shelters saying, "We're here, we're ready, we want to do something right now." That's fantastic. However, we want to make sure that everyone's logged in and that they have the training necessary. We are expediting the training. So we want to make sure that people register with us as a volunteer online. That's redcross.org/Hawaii. The one thing that I do want to ask is we are not set up to accept physical items. Things like, oh, I have extra food, I have home goods that I want to give. Those are fantastic ways to help, but that is not the Red Cross focus right now. Please reach out to Aloha United Way, those types of organizations, if you want to help with donations like that. Money and time are the two most powerful ways to help, and that's the way we're moving forward.
And for people who do need to stay in a shelter, either on Maui or at the convention center, what do they need to know in terms of what they need to bring, what you might have at the shelters already, and what you don't have?
Well, thanks to community help and we and the Salvation Army, we are able to feed some of the people. However, we always recommend that your go bag have food ready for you. Now, our Red Cross Ready is to say, hey, if you're going to a shelter, have a week's worth of food and water with you. That's a big ask with that fire moving as quickly as it has been. So we just want people to be safe and to come down as the moment that they feel that they're threatened. However, if you have the time to gather up any belongings, anything that you have with you, yes, food and water. If you need any medicines, we're more than happy. We will help you get connected with hospital and medical services. But if you have anything specific to you, please try to bring that with you. Medicines and other needs and goods that might come up for your health complications. We also suggest that you bring clothing. We'll provide cots and bedding, but we do also want to suggest that whatever you can bring with you, please do. Also, really important documents. I know these are all just things, but in the long run, it helps bounce back if you already have deeds, birth certificates, etc., IDs in hand. Those are the types of things that we really suggest that you bring with you. Hand crank radios, flashlights, these are all fantastic items to bring with you and have part of your go bag. But we understand that picking up and getting out of the house in time, that's the most critical factor.
And if you'd like to help, there is another way that you can help. KHON2 will be hosting Malama Maui, a telethon to help. Again, it's going to be on Monday from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. during Wake Up Today and Living 808. Again, this telethon will be happening on Monday, Malama Maui, to help those on the Valley Isle.